Ludacris recently released this mixtape. On this mixtape, he has a song called Bada Boom, where he actually takes aim at Drake and he's taking aim at Big Sean, mostly for the shots that they took at him earlier, where they both had something to say during his song My Chick Bad. They got on him for robbing their Supa Dupa flow. Luda basically jumped on and said, A, you didn't invent it, B, shut the fuck up, and C, I'll fuck you up. On the history lesson skit right before that song, he actually shows a gang of MCs using that exact same flow way before Big Sean and Drake were thought about. So what do y'all think about this? There's been a whole bunch of people saying Luda shouldn't take shots. There's other people saying that Drake took the first shot and this is what's coming back now.
I think that what you're seeing now is him tired of being underrated. I think he even said he's like, I'm tired of being humble, you know?
First, we have to really go back and do our homework on who started that type of flow.
It definitely wasn't Drake.
It wasn't Drake, it wasn't Sean, and it wasn't Ludacris.
So if it was neither one of them, then neither one of them could claim that somebody else took it.
Well, only two of those three have claimed it.
Right,
Drake
so
claimed
they're
it, Sean claimed it. Luda never said he made it up. They just kind of jumped on him for a line that they felt he was ripping their flow.
Drake is in a position now where, well, he was in a position where he had to remain cool with a lot of folks because he's a commodity in the industry where they could use him because he's a popular kid. Now I think it's more so, okay, I've established my role in the game. I don't have to be so cool with people.
Luda's not doing this out of the blue. This started way back when with Sean and Drake. Like, they made the first two shots.
And Luda is in no way wrong of returning the shots.
No matter how long it took.
Yeah.
That's been one of the popular things.
Very big discussion.
It took Luda this long.
There's no timeline on it. Like,
nah,
you take the shot, like, let him take a shot.
Yeah.
Well, and also, it's not like he's not been doing other shit. It'd be different if Luda was sitting completely dormant and he was like Lil' Kim, where he responds to something 2 years later. Like, no, he's been making movies. He's been
making millions.
He's been making himself incredibly rich. Basically, what he's saying is, I'm just getting around to you.
Luda is a veteran. You know, what Luda had done in rap is unparalleled.
As far as records are concerned, platinum plaques. Like, so he did what needs to be done to earn the respect. So now it's just a matter of what happens from here.
I would have liked if he would have been more specific. I mean, obviously
we're in the era of subliminal.
I know, and
but naming for him would have been, because he didn't hesitate to do it the last time he stepped out on somebody.
Right, but when was the last time he stepped out on somebody? Right. When was the last time he stepped out on somebody?
When was the last time he had to step out on somebody?
Right, and that's the thing. But even at the time of their beef or whatever, T.I. is a purely aggressive artist, so he had to respond in kind.
And Luda's not that.
But neither is Drake or Sean.
Exactly. So he doesn't have to respond aggressively to Drake or Sean.
Beef with Luda is not going to give you street credibility. Luda has never been a threat, like a 50 Cent threat, an Uncle Murder threat, a Jadakiss threat, a Styles like. If Jada said some shit, and Drake responded, then it's like, damn, he subbed to Jada. But when you rarely hear Luda talk like he did on Bada Boom and his new mixtape.
Anybody who thinks Luda's a punk needs to go listen to Stomp. He will get in that ass, so you sleep on him if you want to. He ain't a legend for nothing.
I think it's a combination of him not wanting to be humble anymore, and it's like a boiling point right now. So it's just kind of interesting how everything's unfolding. But I think, you know, Luda has every right to return a shot.
You can't name their names, say which verse you thought sucked, and then turn around and say, but no disrespect, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody.
To me, that was disrespectful. It's like another generation of rappers, and I feel like you should never say something like that. Ludacris is more on Lil Wayne's and Kanye's timeline. I feel like you have no right to even make a reference to somebody of that caliber. Like, that's another age range, that's another era. Like, it's disrespectful to even feel like you can talk to or come at somebody like that.
Big Sean's probably gonna play the humble position, as he's always done.
It's not like Luda was saying anything about either one of them at the time they took their shot.
I don't think he was making music at that time.
He had just come out with Battle of the Sexes, which a lot of people tanked, but we forget he was supposed to do that album with Shauna. She bounced, and then he had to make up the slack, and he, you know, he just put out whatever he had. Fact is, while that record, the My Chick Bad record, was bubbling, they decided to take a shot at him. Now Drake drops his album, he's taking a shot. To me, it just seems like chess, not checkers.
Do I think the bosses will step in? Kanye stepping to Luda, Wayne stepping to Luda. I mean, Wayne has stood up to the best of them, so maybe. I mean, Kanye, I don't see Kanye saying anything. This pretty much goes back to our, previous discussion that we just put out today about the social media killed this record. And I don't think this is a beef. Just like, you shoot, I shoot back.
I really think that this is the new beef. Beefing, if you look at it like historically, it's been very different. When it first started, it was like the DJs and the MCs or whatever, but it was more completely braggadocious. Then it evolved into like the whole bridge is over stage, where it's just kind of like, you know, I'm repping like one hood against another.
Rap is actually very good about, for the most part, they're good about respecting elders. I mean, you get the Nelly and the KRS beefs. You get folks who will, you know, there's kind of that intergenerational sparring. You're the new kid in school, so you got to beat your chest a little bit. You got to show the seniors that you're a force to be reckoned with.
But I feel like this is now the new style of beef. And I was talking to some old school dudes from the previous style of beef, and they were just kind of like, this isn't beef. And I'm like, but I think to the new kids it is. To the new school, it's subliminal. It's not as direct. It's more open to interpretation because it's also easier for them to deny and get out of.
It's a little soft, but I like the idea that without naming the name, without officially firing a shot, he basically squashed the whole argument with proof. Before he even opened his mouth to say what he needed to say on Bada Boom, the history lesson skit alone just sunned everything. He's got Biggie using that flow, Cam using that flow. So for you to run around saying you invented it, he just sunned everybody. In my opinion, he just made them all look stupid.
I don't know it.
I tell MCs all the time though, rappers all the time, artists all the time, do your homework. This is what happens when you don't know your history. You walk around thinking that you just came up with something that was invented 20 years ago. You might have revamped it and you might be leaning on it extra heavy, but it doesn't, you can't credit yourself as being the person who came up with it.
Alright, so wait, did Sean say he invented the flow?
Yes! And even Drake said, like, when he took a shot at Sean.
I'm so tired of talking about Drake because I feel like we're just bullying him. But I will say this, and you all know I'm a Drake fan. If you don't stop this throw stones and hide your hand shit, like seriously, like you're a grown ass man. He's taking shots at people that lyrically can eat him alive and that are also from a different era. They're from the era of direct shooting. They're not from this new era of subliminal beefing. And at this point, like, Degrassi is over. You've established yourself. You're out of the wheelchair. We know that you're talented. We know that you're smart. You gotta man the fuck up. And either you go say some shit and stand behind it, or don't say it. Drake is the sniper through the trees, and then by the time you've hit the pavement, he's got the rifle on his back and he's walking away. He fires off these shots that are so clearly a shot, and then in some interview, he'll claim it wasn't a shot. And it'll be like, what are you talking about? That's what had you looking soft. Fuck the singing, fuck everything else. If you could call somebody out and be like, yo, I said it. And stand behind that shit and take what comes.
And that's coming from the Drake fan.
I'm the Drake fan.
That whole argument just has no brand of gas to it. It's done before she even said anything. She's like, and I'm a huge Drake fan. Once you say that, and we know who you are and how much you love Drake, you can't. Point voided. Nobody believes you, Jasmine. You need a lot more people.
Like that, and that's what's so crazy. Like, stop riding the fence. It's unsexy.
That was very poetic justice.
I don't feel 100%. I had the flu. I just kind of threw on the first thing that I could find, and it's really cold out. I didn't want to get myself sicker, so I wore a hat. When I got here, I just left the hat on at the urging of our wonderful producer, and they will not leave me alone. They say that I'm dressed like a 90s R&B singer.
That was completely and totally perfect fucking everything. That was crazy. With the haymaker from the land of God, that was poetic justice. Like, he said it so quiet and so crazy with her little hat tilted. If she'd have had some goddess braids in, I would have pissed myself.
While Jasmine was sitting on the table talking, I'm looking at her and I'm like, damn, I've seen this before. And it came to me when Janet jumped up on the stage in the movie theater with Paula Abdul. I'm like, oh shit, Jasmine looks like an old Janet Jackson. That's not a bad thing, but she looked like an old Janet Jackson with the tights and the pants and the shirt and everything else. The whole ensemble was very much early Janet. It was, you know, everything but curls in places where curls shouldn't be was early Janet. And I'm like, oh shit, she's also wearing a Poetic Justice hat. Only thing she's missing are the fucked up box braids. So I was like, that's a good one. As soon as she finishes, I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna give her her props. And let her think that she's got a friend. And I'm just gonna ambush her. This is all about the comedic pause. Straightforward line, comedic pause. This is where you should run back and show that again, and just show the whole room. Just show Jasmine's. Can we do a freeze frame on just the air being taken out of her balloon? That would be fantastic. Watch for it, right there.
I saw him warming it up. I saw Mo like trying to get us to chill and let Jazz cook, which he never does. So I wasn't sure where he was going with it. And honestly, this week I just sat back and enjoyed the ride. I was having just as much fun as everybody else was. Maybe not as much fun as Maul. Definitely more fun than Jazz.
Yo, dog, like, what's up? You trying to formulate a reunion plan for you and Total? The sequel to Poetic Justice? What's up?